All good. Okay.
Yo, General, you good?
Yep.
I'm good, fam. Everybody out there in Xbox land good? Xbox Live community good? It's the new legal. It's Di-RREC Gaming. It's General Johnson in the building. It's so much going on this week. So much to talk about. Man, that things are just getting crazy around here in these streets lately. But we're going to hold it down. To everybody out there that's been showing support for us, thank you. 1,000, 100,000, a million, a billion, a trillion times. We want to say we cannot thank you enough. Infinity times. We here, people. The Xbox community is here. And we got so much to talk to. My man Dante9437, man, what's good, baby? We in the building. And it don't stop, man. We got some things to talk about. General, I didn't give you your mic the last time, but you're here. I'm throwing the mic at you, man. David got the. Let's go, baby. Let's get pumped. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Let's go. We here. General Johnson, here's your mic. So much going on, bro, this week. I got so much to talk about, and I know my man General's got so much to talk about. I'm not going to hold him up. We're not going to hold y'all up. It's Di-RREC Gaming. It's a messenger. Let's go. General Johnson, how you living?
I'm good, man. How are you, man? I'm good.
Man, I'm doing good. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, everybody, your grandparents, your pets, everybody. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you was here on Di-RREC Gaming. And for that, we appreciate you. Xbox community, it ain't much longer. It's not much longer, people. We got confirmation today. Even through all the chaos, even through all the storms, even through all the silliness that's been going on this week, we got confirmation. Philly Killer came out to play. General Johnson,
Yes,
speak
sir.
on it, man.
Yeah, Xbox gamers, what's going on, baby? Hey, like I said, man, it's been a strange, week so far, but man, that interview with Phil Spencer, Game Lab, was absolutely amazing because he really he drove home a lot of points. But shout out to my man Seth for Game Lab. He had the Einstein Monster Afro, and he asked some really good questions. It seems that Phil and Microsoft's their pillars, 3 pillars, is content. It's content, cloud, and community. That's their whole thing. And it really seems like Microsoft, once again, they're really just changing everything, man. Changing everything, how you purchase games, changing how you buy games, everything from services to, the growth of Xbox Live to so much. But I think that what's going on is that we are going into a new generation. And I think it's more than just games. I think the industry is changing. I think a lot of things that you're used to, they're going to be around, but they may not be around as much, or they might be, spun in a different way. So,
Right.
As far as I know, it just seemed like these next-gen systems, they're really going to be next-gen systems. These systems are going to have power and speed that, on both ends, that we've never seen before. And I think that we haven't seen a jump like this since going from the PS2 to the PS3, from the from the Xbox OG to the Xbox 360. If you remember, we went from standard digital to HD gaming, right? Xbox 360 was the birth of HD gaming. So I believe now, like Phil Spencer said, it's not so much, don't get me wrong, the graphics are going to be crazy. We see that already, as far as like what they've shown and certain stuff that's leaked, but it's also the feel of it. And then on top of that, from a development design, I think this is going to be the fastest jump that we've ever had in gaming history. I don't think you can sit back and say, oh, well, I'll just wait. I think, you have to have a next-gen system, because if you notice, Resident Evil 8 got canceled by Capcom on the Xbox One X and the Xbox, and also anything current gen, PS4 Pro and PS4, because that game on the next gen has no loading times, and it just works beautifully with no loading times. We're gonna see that. You're gonna see a lot of games that you thought were coming to next gen, but it's just a design. And I think that that's just going to be a change that we're going to have to get used to, because when something's in a development design, it's very interesting that, well, you need that new machine to capitalize on that. Now, I'm not saying for you that games won't come to the old machines, but I think certain titles, you know what I mean? Certain titles, like I tell everybody, and people don't understand what I'm saying. Cyberpunk 2077, it's going to run okay on a PS4 Slim, and it's going to run okay on an Xbox One. It's just going to run okay. It's going to run really good on the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro. It's going to run fantastic on the Xbox Series X. You see what I'm saying?
Yup.
And it's like, you know, we have to understand that the new generation is not just about gaming. It's kind of like what Phil talked about. As far as go ahead, man.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no,
go ahead.
Phil,
Do your thing.
You know, he just saying, man, like, you know, our focus is first party. That's what he's saying. Our focus is first party, and I think that's where, because I just saw a statement in the mansion where somebody says, you know, man, I love Xbox, but I wish they had VR. I think the new Xbox needs VR. No, it doesn't. It doesn't, because it's not mainstream. And on top of that, Phil had made it very clear that's not their focus. They want more single-player AAA action adventures. They want more RPGs. They want more different, like he said in the interview, they want more games that have new genres that you never played before, or taking something like a hack and slash and turning it into something new. What we just heard, an article that leaked about Perfect Dark, how it's going to have photorealistic graphics. It's running on Unreal Engine 5. It is a quadruple A game by the initiative, right? They're taking it to third-person action, not so much like Splinter Cell, and I think that's smart. And I tell gamers all the time, the mechanics that you loved in 98, 99, and things that you did in early 2000, it's 20 years later. It's not going to work. Now, there may be some boards that have that where it's more stealth and gadgets and things like that, but games like that won't work.
Right.
And I think that gamers have to understand, like, you know, you're screaming for a new Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell doesn't work in 2020. I know people get mad at me, but if you want it to work, they got to, especially Ubisoft, they're going to turn it into a third-person action game. And then it's not Splinter Cell, right? Because the thing about gaming now is they don't just want New Legal to play. They don't want just the general to play. They want your little sister to play. They want your little brother to play. They want your mama to play. They want grandma to play. That's where these games are going. When Microsoft said they want to reach 2 billion gamers, they were not playing around. Right. And that's why Mixer had went to, you know, Facebook, because they'll know what to do with a platform like Mixer. But my only thing is with Microsoft is, and it may come with some backlash, I think Microsoft is getting back to being a gaming machine. I think they're really going to focus on games and services. Well, the heartbeat of the Xbox is Game Pass right now. The heartbeat of the Xbox is Game Pass. If you don't have Game Pass, you're missing out. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, and I think that's really where the changes come in. Listen to this interview where their first party, he said it. He said he's very confident that what they're going to show in July, Xbox gamers will be so proud of, and, you know, they'll enjoy it. But he said the one that he's really proud of is Halo. And, you know, that's a big thing, because every time an Xbox launches, Halo, you know, kicks off a new generation. Right. So, you know what I mean? So I think that listening to this almost 50-minute video, an interview with Phil, it's really good. And I like how Phil put that we want to be, and I tell Xbox gaming this all the time, man, because I know a lot of Xbox podcasts, they do this. A lot of Xbox podcasts, they watch another company make a move, and then they want Microsoft to make the same move.
Right.
And it's like Phil made it very clear. We have our own identity.
Speak on it.
We're doing our own thing. We're doing our own thing. And I think a lot of Xbox gamers got to understand that, you know, I've been screaming that, period. Like, let Microsoft be them. Let them be them. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to stand out from your competition. If they make moves on the defensive, every time Sony makes a move or Nintendo makes a move, right? Like if Microsoft tries to go and make their own version of Zelda, it's going to be looked at as that. But if they come with something unique like Fable, right, then it's a Microsoft product. It's an Xbox product. It's first party, you know? So the way Phil put it, they made a huge investment in first party. They have 15 studios. Each studio is working on different games. So it's not like one studio is working on one game. So the coalition's working on different games, right? It's even rumored the coalition, they'll be there in July with a new IP. It may be a trailer, but it's a new IP before they go do Gear 6, right?
Right.
I mean, you know what I mean? I think composing games, the ones that make We Happy Few, they got a new AAA game that they're working on. But each studio is working on different projects.
Right.
So I just think that Xbox gamers got to understand that Microsoft is concentrating on content, cloud, xCloud. That's really going to be the whole surface of how we go into the next generation, and community. New Legal, you could take it. Just want to set it up.
I like the way you came with it when you said Microsoft is going back to becoming this gaming console. Strictly hardcore gaming console. When I talk about hardcore, I'm not talking about a skill level. I'm talking about the overall description of bringing games across the forefront is going to be hardcore. When you think about Microsoft having 15 acquired studios now altogether, when you think about the talent that they've brought over, when you think about the cloud compute technology that is their vision, when you talk about xCloud, okay, you talk about the Xbox Series X, next generation, right? And when you talk about possible, there's a possible Lockhart right now. Possible. And General, you might have beat me with this bet. Because I said, if it is a Lockhart, I was hoping that it would be a high end, just to go reverse. But deep down, we knew it would probably be the low end, deep down. But I like to go against the grain. So if I catch that L in my 1%, it's just because I thought that maybe the Lockhart would be a little twist that Microsoft throws off the top cap and just tricks everybody. And the Series X was the low end, and the Lockhart would have been the mid. But it's, from what we're hearing now, it may be the low end, which we all thought anyway, be the cheaper console. But when you think about all of these things, right? And yet it's still a rumor right now. It's not like we got a confirmation yet. So we're not saying it's confirmed here on Di-RREC Gaming, but we're just saying with all those things going into play, when you look at all this stuff going into play, right? Why would Microsoft need to focus on anything else right now? They don't have to focus on VR, and they still could, but they don't have to because they got the xCloud. That's going to be doing something that no other handheld was able to do. Then they got to focus on, like you said, they don't have to. Well, here's what they don't have to focus on. They don't have to focus on broadcasting and streamers anymore. They don't have to get into that because you know what? Twitch and Facebook Gaming can worry about that group over there. They can handle that. That's a community in itself. They got to worry about the partnerships that they done got gathered. Samsung TVs leading the technology for the Xbox Series X to be able to give you the TVs that'll be able to display the best gaming experiences out there for you, along with the LGs, the what is it? The C9s, the new OLED TVs. If I got that mistaken, y'all correct me. But Y'all know what I'm talking
no, you're
about
right.
with the LGs, right?
Yeah.
With the LGs. The
Yep,
new
OLED.
technology TVs that still haven't even been put out yet because they're changing to get ready for the next generation of gaming. The industry is focused on the gaming industry because the gaming industry is making the most impact. Right now, the gaming industry is making more impact than Hollywood movies right now. The industry of gaming is probably one of the most broadest forms of entertainment in the world. And it's taking over. So when you look at all those possibilities that Microsoft has their hands on, why would they have to? That's the key word. Why would they have to, right? Focus on anything else. If they're going to bring to us with games, experiences that we've never seen before, why waste their time and money? Now, I'm not saying when I say that, I'm not saying that just because they go out and venture and take risk that they're wasting money and just throwing out ideas. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, but why would they focus on like putting themselves in predicaments that are not so much guaranteed when they know that they have their hands on what they can do? Meaning that if I know that I have 15 studios and I know that I can come and interact with these devs and see how the work is going and how the progress is being made, I have more influential touch on our own products and that we can make those so great that gaming in the forefront will get put in the forefront because of our ingenuity, right? So if Microsoft focuses strictly on gaming, think about it. That's more double A's. That's more triple A's. That's more games coming out of the ID at Xbox. That's market buy. They can pretty much buy the market to where everything is being centered around Xbox. The partnerships start to grow. You wouldn't need to worry about all the other stuff because really, man, broadcasting and stuff is an individual thing. You should be able to go wherever you want to go if you want to build up on your creative platform. You shouldn't have to be stuck somewhere. So that's not really an issue with Microsoft because Xbox isn't a streaming platform. It's not a broadcasting streaming platform. It's a gaming platform. So they can focus, if they can focus, General, on things like hardware real-time ray tracing, architecture velocity, the new SSD technology, focusing on the actual cloud software technology of GPU power that can be implemented through the cloud to keep the to offset the load off the hardware GPU and CPU. That's why people don't think that this 25 teraflop idea, they think it's a joke because they don't realize that Microsoft is about to do some stuff that's not traditional.
You hater.
It is going to be absolutely not traditional. So all the traditional ways that you know about, that's about to be canceled when you see this Xbox Series X. It's going to blow your mind away because the technology that Microsoft is going to be doing with that console is coming straight in-house. There's things that Microsoft does that nobody's ever seen before because it's been in-house. Microsoft is about to share to the world their geniusy. That's what they're about to do. You're going to see why Microsoft is a number 2 top brand in the world. You're going to see it. Microsoft is about to live up to that. And on top of that, what was the 3 C's that Phil Spencer said today in his interview, General?
Content, cloud, and community.
Man, that's beautiful. I tested you right there, man, and you nailed that one, bro. I put you on blast, and you got that one. Content, community, and cloud. Don't forget that. That's the 3 C's, and that's the focus. And why, to you, General, you got a good point on what you said about focusing on gaming, because content, the gaming industry loves content. The more content you can put on a game and keep adding to it, that's where your longevity comes in at. Of course, you're going to need the community because that's your engagement. Then you're going to need the power to make that possible. That's the cloud. And when you look at those three things, now you understand why Microsoft is going with services instead of console sales. Because they don't have to have console sales to do that.
Exactly.
Well, what do you mean, New Legal? What do you mean? Why do you think that Microsoft is hustling Steam? Why do you think that Microsoft is hustling the PC market? Why do you think Microsoft is hustling the xCloud? Because they're not limited to one hustle. They know how to shuffle and let those cards roll out. They know how to hit you, mess you around like Clelo. Ain't no telling. First Union of Melon. The one put the infrared, put one up in your melon. From the 9-2 Imperella Impebellum. Hey, Microsoft is about to one through cats. They are a two-gun cat. One cloud, one console. Who wants that? Yo, Microsoft is about to do some things that ain't nobody done. And here's the problem with that.
Strong with Halo.
Nobody is capable of doing it. Microsoft, that's right. They about to start with nobody's capable of doing it. That's the real thing. Nobody is capable of doing it. Nintendo can't do what Microsoft is about to do. Sony can't do what Microsoft is about to do. That's why you see this who's who effect starting to happen. The who's who is starting to come out. Sony is struggling to even get games at 60 without improvising. Now they got to do things in dynamic resolution. Dynamic. See, the things that they used to clown us about, they're in that now. And look how late they are. Look how late they are to the show. Look at that. Look how far-fetched Microsoft is. We get games that are native 4K right now. Right now. Yep. Imagine what the Series X, when they said that 60 frames per second is going to be the standard, Microsoft is basically speaking for themselves. Now, if anybody makes their games under standard, what makes you think the Xbox community should buy those games? That would be just like telling a PC gamer who has these high-powered frame rates, who has this nice resolution monitor screen, and you're telling them that regardless of what they got and how they can actually do their settings, they got to play this game at 30 frames per second. How you think the PC guys are going to feel? They're not going to buy that stuff. So shall it be with the Xbox community. So shall it be. Don't come in our streets now that we done made this possible for you. Put your work where your mouth is, right? You a developer? You supposed to be able to make these next generational games? So put your hands on your mouth.
You got the power now to do it.
That's right.
You got your power now to do it. No excuses.
No excuses. So now, Microsoft is basically putting the power in the gamer's hands. It's up to us now to dictate the future. Don't settle for less. Who does that? You don't see PC gamers running around talking about how many rigs they got. Oh, I got 3-4 rigs because I love PC and I'm a gamer. Nah, they buy one good powerful rig or one good average rig and they play their games on it. So shall it be for the Xbox Series X. I ain't got to go buy multiple consoles.
Yep.
I ain't got to go buy them because I got me my own personal console. I got my own PC. That's called personal console Xbox Series X. Why I go around? And I get some PC games at that look good and look astronomical on it. So you're right, General. Microsoft focusing on gaming will be a beautiful thing because they are in position to focus on it and make gaming alone move to the forefront. All that VR, all that other niche stuff, there ain't no reason for them to waste their money on that. There's no reason.
Yeah, exactly.
No reason.
Exactly. And I think a lot of Xbox gamers, and I'm just being honest, man, from the people I hear in the mansions, people I meet, you know what I'm saying, in different groups, video game groups and things like that. I think too many gamers want to do monkey see, monkey do. And I think that you have to understand what innovation is. I think you have to understand what a console having an identity. Now, not so much a console, but a company having an identity. And Microsoft is just thinking way ahead what Nintendo and what Sony is trying to do. Period.
Yo,
they are just way ahead.
Yup, yo, my man Devin HFG said play on your Xbox, your PC, or phone. Woo!
There you go.
He got it.
And that's the new world. That's the new world. Because Phil said it. He said he loves playing on his PC. He said he loved playing. He said right now he's got the Series X in his house. You know, they're doing the testing and everything.
Right.
But he said he's not always in front of a TV. And, you know, he kept it real in the interview. Like, you know, he'll be in the office and, you know, he'll able to get some gaming and do the xCloud and things like that. So it's just them so forward thinking. I remember, just taking you down memory lane real quick, New Legal.
Go ahead.
I remember when Microsoft came out and said that the way of the future as far as online gaming, right, was broadband. Everybody flipped out. Oh, I got AOL. You're not going to make me go to broadband, this and that. It doesn't make sense. At this time, we was trying to play choppy basketball, NBA 2K on Dreamcast and things like that. You know what I'm saying? It was mind-blowing that we actually was playing somebody across the world or, you know, in your neighborhood, but it was too choppy for the, you know, for the bandwidth, right? So when 360 came, that was like a baptism. The first time we talked in the headset and heard our friends or meeting new people and had chat, you know, you could play online gaming. It was really a true generation. Like, wow. It was mind-blowing. Playing
you know
Call
what,
of
man?
Duty, playing
You're
Madden,
right.
yeah.
You know what? You're right, because, you know, the thing about it is, unless you are direct competitive against Microsoft, you're not really wanting to bet your money against Microsoft, right? You want to deal with them.
Exactly.
Like my man Devin HFG said, Samsung and Facebook deals will blow xCloud up with Galaxy phones and Instagram and even iOS, right? Advertising, baby.
Exactly.
That's right. By Microsoft allowing those platforms to utilize what they have, it's instant marketing, and it's instant share feed between each company, right? You got a phone, you got a Galaxy, you got an iPhone, right? That app has to be made.
Yep.
So now, when that's service to them, and it's service to Microsoft. When you open up your phone and you're using those towers, you're using that reception, okay? When the 5G network or whatever it is that's going to be upgraded for the use of our xCloud, all of that's going to intertwine into one big bundle package, right? They're going to know that you're using that type of stuff, so they're going to make sure that those servers and services are going to be up to par for you. So as you're walking around, going through your neighborhood, however you however your community is, where you live, it's going to be based off of the performance of your games. And that's what, and you know what, that's funny that you two mentioned that, you and Devin HFG just said, General, because Phil made that clear. He said, I'm not here to make streaming a better platform than the console or your PC. I'm using the xCloud as a way to mediate or pacify you when you're not around those objects. So let's just say you catching the bus home, or you on the A train, or you're traveling and you're in the back seat or whatever. Whenever you have, or you in a cab or on a Uber, or just chilling outside on your porch or something, and you're not by your PC or you're not by your console. You got your device in your hand. Guess what? Open up the app, sign in, boom, I'm going. And then it's not the fact that, oh, I got the best experience right here. It's just, hey man, I'm chilling right now. I'm do-do-do-do-do. And then when I stop and I walk inside my home and I turn on my console if you prefer that, or you turn on your PC if you prefer that, which when you're playing the Xbox game, whichever one you're gonna play on, because both passes don't do the same. PC Game Pass and Xbox Game Pass are not the same. They run from the same option of gaming availability, but they don't offer the same games on each platform. So whichever one you choose, then you go and you say, okay, I'm gonna continue on. It's just giving you more avenues to play Xbox. It's not about, oh, we're losing the Xbox to this platform, or we're losing the Xbox to that platform. No, it's like a virus. Xbox is infiltrating the other platforms, like my man Devin said. They going out and through those other platforms, it's gonna free advertise for Xbox. What do you think is gonna happen when people on Facebook is gonna start seeing people playing xCloud and their games, and they're gonna be like, man, what are you playing? Oh, I'm on my xCloud. What? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, come meet me on Xbox Live today. Oh yeah, man, no doubt. It's gonna build. It's gonna really build the Xbox community. Unlike Mixer was unable to do.
It's gonna blow people's minds.
Right.
Yeah, it's gonna blow people's minds that some people. All right, so let's say y'all playing Halo Infinite, right? Somebody's at an airport playing with you, right? While they in layover,
there
right?
You go.
Somebody
right.
is at home. Somebody's at their PC. Somebody's on their laptop.
Right.
Somebody's on their Series X. That's Phil's dream. That's Microsoft's dream. And they're doing it, man. You game how you want to, when you want to, however you want to.
And
they get so much flack for that. So much flack for that.
Because it's a threat. And all real Xbox gamers know that. A lot of people, look, I'm glad you said that, because we're gonna lead to that too. We're talking on many subjects today, y'all. So bear with us.
Yeah.
But the description that you just gave forth, General, that's exactly the type of atmosphere that they go through each and every day. Phil and his compadres, right? They're working. So when they take a little break, they work on PCs. They work on computer screens. They're at desks.
Yeah.
They're at their desk. And when they're on there, and they can slap on an Xbox real quick. And cause I've been to some of the events where they got the laptop screens and the Xbox One X's are hooked up to it. A lot of people play off the monitor screens. So if they're hooked up to that, they're taking that little break. They're playing on that. But like Phil said, but then when I go home, I want to play on my big screen TV that's sitting up in the daggum sky. I want to kick back.
He said that. He said that in an interview. Yep.
And he said that. He said it on multiple interviews. And he's like, I want to sit back and kick my feet up. And like Homeboy said, right now he's playing on his PC. But that don't mean he doesn't like consoles. He says, I like to play on my consoles as well. But see, that's the reason why they're making the Xbox Series X the way it is, General. Because they, just like we are, tired of compromising the console. They want to get to where, hey, if I walk off my PC and I go to my console, I don't want no slack in between that. I want to still be able to be hitting good frame rates. You don't want to go from 60 to 30. Now, there's a possibility you might go from 120 to 60, but 60 is the standard butter smooth performance. So you're never going to complain about a 60 frame rate. But anything less than that robs your experience. So they don't want that. So that's why they built the Xbox Series X the way it is. So when they come off those high-end PCs and they get to the Xbox Series X, they still high-end. It was a marketing genius. It was a great strategic plan. And it was something that Microsoft had to do in order to really make their communities come together, and therefore one community wouldn't have an upper hand on the other when it came to experience, not performance, but experience. Because we know that keyboard and mouse are excellent devices, but we also know the Elite controllers, especially that Elite Control the Elite 2.0, that's a monster. And those SCUF controllers, those are monsters. The pros use those. There's people that don't like keyboard and mouse, and I'm one of them. So I'll go with my Elite any day. Any day.
I don't like keyboard and mouse either. Yeah.
Right. All professional gamers don't use that. They don't use that. So there's ways
Exactly.
to counter. There's checks and balances. And that's the beautiful thing. Microsoft understands that Xbox fans, they're everywhere. They're not just on their Xbox. They're everywhere. Just like you got people that brag about having all these multiple consoles that are barely playing these games. Well, you actually have Xbox fans who actually have computers that actually play on their computers. They actually play on Steam. You know what I'm saying? So to them, the computer is an extra console. That's their extra console. They may not actually have an extra console. So Microsoft understands that because guess what? Most of them are from that world right there. Having an Xbox and having a PC. That's the world they come from.
Yep.
So they just basically made that world available to us and are saying, listen, we know that some of you guys may not ever buy a PC, and we don't care that you may not ever do. But guess what we're going to do for our console gamers? We're not going to rob them simply because they don't have a PC. And they went off and set themselves off to make the most powerful console in the universe. The only sad thing about the One X General, one thing that's sad, and here it is, fam.
Okay.
It's not going to be the most powerful console in the universe anymore. The Series X is. That's the only sad part about it. That's the only sad part about it.
Man, you know.
I ain't mad at it.
The Xbox One X came out 2017, and 3 years later, remember what Phil said, man? We don't do no half steps.
No.
He meant that. We don't do half steps. If we're gonna take a leap, we're gonna take a full leap.
Right.
But it's brilliant because if you got an Xbox One X, you still can play Halo Infinite. You still can play Hellblade. You still can play Fable. You still can play the Perfect Dark reboot. You still can play, you know, any other new games that they got coming out. So that's the thing that the industry is fighting against, is that the old guard, I say this all the time on the show, and people think that I'm lying. The old guard does not like what Microsoft is doing because it's going to make them change what they have to do. Well, tough luck, man. Tough luck. Because you have to understand that this business is about innovation. And it's time, man. It's really time for innovation. And Microsoft is doing it, man. Once again, they're doing it. And it's like, you know, people are just used to, I mean, like you tell me, right? People are just used to things how they're just used to things. But this industry has to evolve, man.
Right.
It has to. That's how this industry is where it's at from the time that it started in the late 70s, you know, with Atari and you know, and then you seen that went belly up, right? And then Nintendo in 85, and, you know, the Nintendo Entertainment System, you know, brought it back, and it's been on and cracking ever since. And then, you know, Sega was here, and then Sega bowed out. Microsoft, Xbox replaced Sega, you know what I'm saying? And Sony came in 94, 95. So, but innovation, you can't keep, you have to get gamers excited, new ways of doing things. And it's like, man, like, you know, I don't think gamers understand that sometimes, that it's not about, oh, well, now there's 400 enemies on screen. No, or you can carry 6 guns at one time. It's really about the design of the industry and how things are done to get these games to you. Now, Microsoft has made it very clear. They want to be the Netflix of gaming, and that's what they're going for. That's why they signed 15 studios, man, because these people are going to always create content. Microsoft has come out and said that Matty B, he came out and said that he wants every quarter a AAA game.
Right.
To go into
he
Game
said
Pass.
that. Yeah, he said that.
Every quarter. Yep. So that's what? That's the holiday, right? And then you got your February and your March period, or your March and April period, right? You got your June, or your May or June period, and then you got your summer period, right? So Microsoft, they're not trying to wait 7 years for you to get your next AAA game.
Right.
Your next AAA game may come in 2 or 3 years. And it's like, then smart delivery, you're not losing nothing. Like right now, if you go on Xbox, there's all type of sales, man. There's all type of sales. And I said, you know what? They're smart because they want you to pick up this content. They want you to pick up this content because it's going to carry right over to your Series X. It's going to play better, look better, sound better, feel better. You know, maybe Sonic Racing, Team Sonic Racing is at 30 frames per second. Maybe it's 60 frames per second on the Series X.
Right.
Whatever it's going to be. But it's just a simple fact of Microsoft is innovating. And what they did was they did exactly what they knew they were going to do. They made a Trojan horse to turn PC gaming and console gaming into video gaming. And they tore down those walls and they combined them together. And it just makes sense. So when Halo Infinite drops, right, you're right, you said it. There's going to be people playing it on Steam. There's going to be people on the Series X. There's going to be people on the Xbox One X. You know what I mean? I'm sure that there's going to be a version for the Xbox One. It may not run as great or look as great as the other versions, but, you know, it's the simple fact of, like, Microsoft is focused on the cloud. That's their thing. And these are terminologies that Nintendo and Sony can't even talk about because they don't have a system yet.
Right. I'm trying to remember what aspect that Phil Spencer was saying during that show, because when you had me talking, you had me thinking about it, and then I kind of forgot.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great aspect that he was bringing up about how, and I do believe, forgive me if I'm wrong, but it had to do something about the future of gaming within the Xbox brand, right? He was talking about how, and Phil Spencer is not, this isn't a stranger. It's not like when he said this, it was only on this show. But
right.
I think people don't understand, they don't truly understand that it takes a lot of time to get to where they're at. Phil and the team have been in construction with putting all of these entities together to give us a system that works, right? And it may take some time, and they may put it out, and sometimes they don't always put it out at the right time. For instance, the Xbox All Access Pass, right?
Right.
Phenomenal subject that got spoken today. Got spoken on the podcast Thursday. Well, not even the podcast, the interview, I'm sorry. But when they brought that up, right, that's a key feature for people who may not be able to afford the Xbox Series X and the Game Pass and Live all at one time. So this thing is going to be a beautiful thing because, and what I liked was the confirmation of Phil talking about how he understands that this thing needs to be pushed out more markets. It's coming. It's coming. That's
why they're doing a worldwide launch. They do, worldwide
exactly.
launch.
Do you realize that program right there is going to help a whole lot of people who may be stuck? See, the key isn't to keep. They understand that you have your console, and you may not be able to fully upgrade the way you would like to. So they understand if you go out there and you put your money on your TV first, and they know the console, they know that stuff costs money, people. So
man.
If you do that and you want to upgrade, you got that All Access Pass, man. That's a beautiful thing. You get that, pay that Xbox off in 2 years, and you get all the good stuff that comes with it. Game Pass. The legendary Game Pass is just tearing things up right now.
I think you get 2 years. I think through all.
Yeah, you get 2 years.
When I was 2 years of Game Pass. Like
you get 2 years.
Man, that's crazy, man.
That's insane.
That's unlimited gaming.
Gaming. That's right. And I think they were talking about $25 to $30 a month, people. A month.
Yeah.
That's nothing. That's two. You can go out and cut yards and get that. That ain't nothing to make sure that bill gets paid. And Microsoft is doing a lot of things right. And they always, like my man General said, they always get crucified for it. And the only thing I can think of now, and now we're going to change that subject now, baby. The only thing I can think of now is because of what we found out. And it's like I've always been saying, the industry is Sony protected. Anything negative that comes out from Sony, the industry don't want it. And what gets me is, and I'm fixing to go in Here we go, baby. Live and direct. Finna have a go-in moment. You know how we get down. We start speaking that real stuff. We speak what the streets speak. Here we go. Buckle up. Let's get ready. Get in the car, man. We riding down the hood on this one. We know for a fact now that the industry is sensitive to the things that come negative when it comes to Sony. These are facts. IGN, King Corporate. King Corporate. Matter of fact, IGN, the Cobra Commander, right? The Cobra Commander of things. Retreat! We know, fam. We know the Megatron, Metacritic, and Cobra Commander IGN. We know these two entities right here do biddings. They offer sacrifices for Sony, right? And in return, they like to keep the gaming streets influenced by such rhetoric. But within these false prophet walls and these false teachers and these false gaming doctrines of the gaming culture, and you know, I New Legal stand as a testament, baby, as a testament to all this falseness, brother. All this falseness. That's why since day one, and y'all know this about me, from day one it's been gaming, and it's been nothing but Xbox gaming. I've never faltered. I never swayed. I never flip-flopped. When you turn on Di-RREC Gaming from day one, my very first video was Xbox, baby. Day one. I ain't switch up no time. I ain't looking to this and then all of a sudden, you know what? I want to get in these gaming streets because I see that people argue up and down about Xbox and PlayStation, Nintendo. So, you know what? I want to get on YouTube and get into this and, dibble dabble and just say things that, and deceive people to make them think that I was always about gaming and Xbox from the start. It's not me, brother. Not me. I've been tried and true from day one. Check my barcode. Scan me. Fanboy, I've been talking about that word for a long time. I laugh at that word because that came out of the weakness of the industry. The word fanboy wasn't created in these streets. We could care less. That word never existed back in the day. Never existed. Having multiple consoles, and I'm a gamer because I have multiple consoles, never existed in our day. It never existed. These things I've always talked down because those things never mattered. Consoles never mattered if you were a gamer. Owning anything never mattered that you was a gamer. The only thing I've always preached about and I've always held on to the true doctrines of gaming was play games. When you walk into an arcade, did the arcade ever tell you, oh, go left, go right because this is exclusive to this, or go straight because it's exclusive to that? That ain't what the arcades told you. The arcades told you, come in. Come in, you wonderful person, and play all the games you want. All the games you like.
Pop those quarters.
Pop them quarters in. And you wasn't taking any of them gaming machines home with you. But you know what? You was gaming. And that's what gaming is. It never was about owning a thing. I don't have to own a console. You know what? I can go with my man Dante 9437's house, right? He can invite me over to his crib, and I can play on his Xbox all I want. And guess what? And get the same experience as he does. I just don't own his Xbox. But guess what?
Exactly.
When I beat those games and I walk out in the streets and say, hey man, I beat those games. That's what it was all about. But you notice how the industry has put poison in your Kool-Aids, fam.
Brainwashing.
And you got people
brainwashing
them. And then you got these YouTubers that do their biddings. I don't have to call their names out. Why do I need to waste my name calling their names out? I ain't got to waste my name by calling their names out. Hell no. Or my time. But guess what? Y'all know who they are because they do their biddings. Anytime you got YouTubers that straight up repeat, I'm going to give you the key ingredients to them. When they repeat what's already in articles, they are doing their biddings. And they get favors. They get favors, and you wonder why they blow up so fast. All you gotta do is check their barcode, fam. Just go look at their origins. Their origins tell you everything. And then they'll lie to you and say, oh, but I worked my butt off. Well, you know, we're not dumb. Any man that's ever worked in his life knows there's two ways to get to the top. Kissing ass and working hard, baby. It's only two ways you can do it. Under the table or 10 toes down. Now, who do you know that's done it 10 toes down and kept it Xbox from day one? You can't name a whole lot of people that did that. You can't name them. But I'm not here or there to tell you who to follow. I'm not here to tell you who to like. You ain't even gotta like me. Because I don't do this for likes. I'd already told y'all that. But I've been calling them out since day one. I've called IGN out, been laughed at. I told you about my story with GameSpot back in the day. They banned me on their own article feed by just telling the truth about Sony's numbers, man. I was telling people the truth about Sony's numbers, and they banned me in their article feeds, where, you know, when you read an article and you get a comment in their comment sections, they banned me for 3 days. An email came to me. And you know what I told them, bro? I'm a grown-ass man. I say what the hell I want to say. If you're going to ban me for saying some stuff about numbers, man, that tells me a lot about y'all. So when I came out and told people my story, this happened to be about 4 or 5 years ago when this happened to me.
But you're not following guidelines, man.
Right. Every time you saw 10 out of 10, every time we saw 10 out of 10, that was to laugh at you as an Xbox fan. They don't like Xbox. They're casuals. The gaming industry is full of casual journalists. That's all they are. And they make their money off of console wars. They make their money off of clickbaits. Notice how Di-RREC Gaming don't talk about their articles. We don't repeat what's out there. We talk Xbox talk. We talk what you talk. The Xbox fans. Because we're y'all. We don't take this platform like the general told me. We ain't making this platform and then we're going to try to act like we better than somebody. We're going to make this platform and we're going to stay exactly how we are. We ain't going to sit up here and try to act different. We're the voice of the underground. We ain't worrying about who don't like us, man. You got them out here. They robbing people from reviews right now as we speak. I don't have to say the name of that game. They robbing people. They don't want people to talk bad about that game. And that's crazy. All of a sudden, they mad because the game didn't go the way they wanted it to go. The industry is mad. But yet they call us fanboys. They made articles about us. But yet they want our money. Do you really think they care that we talk like we do and we do what we do in these streets? They don't care about that. All they care about is we buy these games and we click on their damn articles, man. What's up, Bubbles Night? That's all they care about. They don't really care about what we do. Don't let that fool you. They got up there, man, and they saw this stuff coming, y'all. They saw this stuff coming, Dev. Why you think that girl came out, man, and tried to cover up for IGN? She came out last week talking about, we don't get paid. We don't get paid. She came out and did a YouTube video about that, bro. Just to throw things off. Because she knew shit was about to hit the fan. We smelt it. We smelt it. We called it early. And the word started buzzing, so they had to come out. Then Homeboy comes out. I don't know his name, but the other dude from IGN, he comes out on Twitter and starts saying, I find it funny how anybody would think that we take money from Sony. Oh, really? I bet you ain't whistling that tune now. Because Homeboy done ratted y'all out and say y'all do favors for him.
Yeah, the dude Brian. Yep, I forgot his last name, but Brian.
You do favors
he
for him.
formerly worked. Yup, he's
Yup.
a former IG, and he said it, these dudes is monsters, yo.
It all came out. And then we got Metacritic sitting over here. Damage. They damaging for Sony right now. Boy, they damaging hard. And you're like, yo,
They blocking
there's a such
all
thing.
bad reviews.
Yeah,
Yep.
there is a such thing as people not liking a Sony game. And it's getting to the point where, man, it's too obvious. It's too obvious. It's too obvious. You're not welcome in these streets. Now, who's the biggest fanboy? Look at that fanboyism. Who's the biggest fanboy? They talking about us, but who's the biggest fanboy? Look at that. That takes a lot of fanboyism right there. Think about it. Think about it. There's nothing Xbox can do. It's a shame when you got a franchise that's doing everything it can to advance gaming. It's the same thing they did with Sega. When Sega tried to advance gaming, they talked about Sega. When Microsoft tries to advance gaming, they talk about Xbox. But Sony can do no wrong. That's the kind of industry we're in. And Microsoft is so sophisticated, they're so professional, that they're going about it in a way that's going to make all these type of things shut the hell up. Because soon, you won't be able to say anything because Xbox will be everywhere where the rest of them won't. And unless the rest of them want to be just like Xbox, they're going to have to come see Xbox. Bottom line, Microsoft is going to make money off of everybody. It's a business, a hustle. They hustling. Why you think they on Steam? They're hustling. They make 70% off those games. Who the hell wouldn't do that? General, if you made a game and I could put it on another platform and make 70% off, if you can put your video game on my platform and make 70% off of it, you wouldn't do that? You think you're going to... Right, because I think you're going to go about the feeble-minded who's worrying about it being an exclusive? Bitch, we got bills to pay. I ain't worrying about you worrying about this damn game if it's a damn exclusive. I'm putting it over there, and I'm going to make 70% off of it. You can play the game on your Xbox, too. Why is it bothering you that somebody else can play that same damn game? That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. You can charge that to the corruption of the gaming industry who has corrupted and brainwashed these dudes' brains, because that's not what gaming is about. Gaming should be on a platform. To be honest with you, it should be on a service, right? And all the games available should be on that service. And when you pick a game, whichever game you buy, if it's an Xbox game, it goes to Xbox proceeds. If you buy the game for PlayStation, it goes to the PlayStation proceeds. It shouldn't even be about any more platforms. It should just be about the games, damn it. Integrate the games, and whichever game you purchase to play for, it goes to that company. Bottom line, that's gaming. But see, the industry don't want that. You heard Microsoft on the DICE, at the DICE conference. They basically have to do it on their own. So Microsoft is basically making things happen on their own because the industry don't want this to happen. They don't want this to happen, man, because they know it benefits Microsoft. It doesn't benefit Sony to do that. Sony is a hardware company. They don't make money off of software. So it's a hardware company. So they can't just throw their first party games on a service and then tell you, we're going to come out with that first. How they going to make money off of that? What service do they have that's reliable? They don't even have damn security good enough for you. Devin said, this makes me want to go live for no reason. Facts. No, they can't even make you, they can't even get you safe. Yet alone you're thinking about them getting a service like Live, like Game Pass. Are you serious? They first need to build their security first before they even think about doing anything. And legal said it, right? I said it, General. It's gonna be a damn shame if PlayStation 5 comes out and they still have that shitty ass service.
Woo!
So what difference does it make what you get for the next generation? Your service ain't next generation. You don't even have a next generation service. You still got a situation that's 20 to 25 years old.
Yep.
That is complacency. That wasn't even a service. It's called complacency. Because just like the general said, y'all do not challenge Sony to make Sony change. But y'all are willing to cheat for Sony because Sony cannot truly compete. So you cheat for them. You do whatever you can to make them look good. And they don't even realize by doing that, they make Sony look weak. We don't have to sit here and laugh at Sony. Sony laughs at itself by doing stuff like that. Where's your integrity at, Sony? Why do you gotta have people out here in these streets to do your evil biddings? Why? And what's up with IGN? All these sexual assaults, man. All this stuff coming out. This racial tensions. What the hell is going on in the gaming industry, General?
New England's on fire right now.
You got these weirdos, man. You got weirdos, fam. You got weirdos running rampant. You know, one thing I don't like about a weirdo is a weirdo that stays in the closet or lies to people. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
When you sit up here and you're married, dude, you're supposed to be about values and morals and principles. And you out here lying to people, taking off your ring, lying to people. But yet, they got the nerve. They got the nerve when the street says something, oh, we fanboys. Or y'all need to stop acting this way.
Yeah. Y'all fanboys, man.
But y'all the fanboys.
They're the biggest fanboys,
That's
man.
it.
They're the biggest fanboys. And that's what makes this industry so crazy. You got fanboys in a position of power. I'll say it. Game Informer, IGN, Game, you know what I'm saying, a GameSpot. You know what I mean? Like, you got all these people, man. Like, and then the YouTubers make it worse. Because the YouTubers, you don't even got gamers. You got casuals that stick excuse my language, a goddamn camera in their face and think they know what they talking about. And then my thing is, if you don't mess with Xbox and you're not in the Xbox ecosystem, you don't need to talk about Xbox, bro.
Facts.
Just because you play a hour of Forza Horizon 4, or you might have beat a couple of levels on Halo Master Chief Collection, or you got your first achievement, that don't make you an Xbox player.
Facts.
They just don't. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem, man. You got a lot of idiots that sticking this camera in front of their face and taking young gamers, and I mean young gamers, not just age, but people that's new to gaming, and brainwashing them with this BS.
You know
it's
what,
like,
man?
yo, my man Chris Hebot said, man, it was something deep. Shout out to Hebot. He got daughters, man.
Yeah.
He got daughters, man. And he said as a father, he is absolutely irate with the content that's in The Last of Us 2. Well, I'm sure he's not the only parent that feels that way. And you know how it is being a parent, right? You get your kid a game, they're older, you gives your kids something to do. But if you see what's going on, the type of content and all this stuff that's going on, you'll be irate.
I'm glad.
What is this in my house?
I'm glad you touched on that, man, because it's not the fact that we here to bash The Last of Us 2. Don't care if you like it, don't care if you don't. Let's get that clear right now.
No, I'm bringing up a point about the industry.
Yeah, General used that as an example. But here's my point. Yeah. Gaming, because look what I just talked about. Gaming is an art form, right? And everybody knows, however you do your art, it's what? An expression of thyself. If I write music, the music is a reflection of thyself. If I write poems,
the music is subjective.
That's right. If I write poems, if I flow lyrics, it is a reflection of thyself. If I make movies, and what I mean by reflection is coming from our thought process, people. Think, get a little deep with me. It's coming from my mind. It's a reflection of thyself. So when we make video games, it's a reflection of thyself, because you can control the theme and the substances that come out of your brain, that come into the light and are seen in that format structure. Whatever format structure you use to reflect thyself, it comes out. Now, you have the power and the control to either make something a positive impact or a negative impact. Now, gaming was never about the realistic things that go on in the world. As a matter of fact, that is the total opposite of doctrine. Mind you that I say the doctrine. It goes against the truth of the doctrine of gaming. Gaming was all about fun and experience. It was never about what's going on in the real world. Let me give you an example. I was a diehard Marvel comic fan growing up. My mother used to work at a convenience store on Guam, a little island over there by the Philippines. And the Filipino lady that owned the store had a comic book stand. And every once a month, because, you know, comics was a monthly thing, or sometimes bi-weekly, but every comic that came in that didn't go back out, they would have to tear the cover off. The reason why they tear the cover off, because the value of the comic book is in the cover. That's how you know you're mint. That's how you know, right. That's how you know if it's a first print, second print. It's in the mint.
Mint condition.
Right. You judge it off the cover, because once you close the cover, that cover is not made like the pages. That's a different kind of paper. It's there to preserve what's inside the comic. That's why the comic book covers are like they are. Now, when you tear that cover off, it makes the comic book worthless. Unless it's like a really ancient comic, like a Superman one that the industry would just say, you know what, if it's a 1930-something, 1940-something comic book, and it in the first cover came out, but you got everything else, I mean, it done lived this long, what do we expect? Unless it's something like that, there's an exception. But here's what I'm saying. When I grew up in comic books, there was nothing like that. It was the hero saves the day. Hero saves the day. Hero saves the day. It wasn't up until the late 80s, early 90s, when Marvel started to take a spin and wanted to bring relations in. They wanted to grow up the characters. And see, this is why Spider-Man isn't grown today, because that failed, right? They started aging the comic book heroes. They started trying to make them more realistic. They start building relationships, things that we never really cared about. Those are because the reason why I went and got a comic book, even through my teenage years, was to escape the realisms of my world, was to go into a comic book and just save the day for me, man. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you was a female. I ain't care if you was a male.
Good versus evil.
Right.
Good versus evil.
Facts. That's all it's about. Good versus evil. Now you got all kind of agendas.
On sexuality.
Right, it's agendas, and they hate when you say that word. Well, damn it. If it's not about agendas, then what the F is it about? What is it about? Why the hell do I need to see? Right. Why the hell do I need to see that in gaming? Why? What? By seeing that, what value does it bring to my experience? Let me just bring this up. Okay. Let's just say there's a sexual scenes. There's multiple sexual scenes in a video game. Does that increase my sexual advantage in real time? After watching all those sexual scenes, is that going to make me go out to Walmart and get my pimp game on, and I'm just going to get all these women because I was watching these sexual scenes in a video game? Come on.
Hey,
it doesn't bring a true value to nothing.
Right. And New Legal, let me say something real quick, right?
Go ahead, brother.
You remember Grand Theft Auto Hot Coffee, right?
Facts.
You remember the outrage of that, right?
Facts.
Right? I mean to the point it was on the news, parents, petitions.
Right.
This is the worst video game ever made.
Australia banned it.
Right. Because If you don't know what hot coffee was, it was a part in the game where you dated, and once you reached the top maximum level, there was a scene where you went home and got busy with the girl. You know what I'm saying? As far as it was San Andreas. Yeah, it was San Andreas, right? So it's just so interesting how, yo, there's way more wilder stuff in Last of Us 2. Not a peep. Nothing. IGN don't say nothing. Nobody on GameSpot don't say nothing. No one has any reservations. No one's questioning nothing. It's like it's all good.
You know what
Ain't that
they
kind
use
of
for
weird
that?
to you?
That's weird. And you want to know what they try to say? And this is just the example, okay? They try to say that whenever we do things like that, that's pushing the envelope. That's being creative. That's doing whatever nobody else has done. But I don't think it's so much of doing what nobody else has done. It's just that other folks understand.
You're forcing an agenda.
Right.
You're forcing an agenda.
Right. Other folks just understand that it's not needed. That's all.
Exactly.
It doesn't look.
Exactly.
It's just not needed. Zelda, look. Do we need to know that Mario was banging the princess? We don't, because Mario and the princess aren't real. They're just not real. Do we need to see Zelda and Link going at it? No, we don't.
No.
Because it's just not real. Why do we need to have that?
Yeah, and I think sometimes, man, I think because, like you said, right, that whole thing about pushing the envelope,
right?
I think, New Legal, that we forget it's imaginary. It's video games. It's a story. It's a narrative.
And now, what's
I think people get so caught up with trying to make it more than that, and I think that's where the mistake is.
Right. And to what you just said, that's where the props get given to, right? Because we understand that devs have the right to create the worlds they want to create. Okay?
Exactly.
And we know that it's imaginary. But there's weirdos who really look at that stuff and, man, they get busy off that stuff. They really go to bed dreaming about these characters, bro. They really fall in love with these characters. These characters truly become their boyfriends. Now, when you got people who live in the reality world, who fall in love with things that are a fantasy world, that's weirdo shit. That's when you just took my gaming and just made it an abomination, man. You just perverted the whole essence of gaming. Like, why would you even think like that, man? Look, that character ain't real. Come out of your whatever's in your mind, come out of that. Snap out of it, man. There's a nice looking woman down your street, or there's a nice looking woman that you can talk to. There's a nice looking man down your street, or there's a nice looking man somewhere you can talk to. Go talk to them. These things in these games aren't real, people. Stop falling in love with imaginary characters. Stop it.
The backlash for Dead or Alive 6. The main backlash for Dead or Alive 6 was like, oh, what did you do? You made their breasts smaller. What?
Bro, straight
it's
up.
It's a fighting game.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, there was a real backlash for that.
Bro, you remember the panties,
bro? A real backlash for that.
Look. Let's go to the panties real quick. I remember the first game that flipped me out when I saw panties. It was Chun-Li. Chun-Li was the first thick superstar on the scene. And I was like, okay, look at this chick. All right, so I'm playing against her, and I kill her the first time. I beat her. Not kill her, I beat her.
Yeah.
And she goes, and she falls. You see panties. And we was like, yo, what? Did you see the panties? So you want to whoop her again to see the panties. Just the panties.
Exactly.
You know, Chun-Li was thick. So we were always like, yo, look at, then you take it from there, right? All right, I'll fast forward it all the way up to Nier Automata. She's running around.
Wow.
And if your camera angle goes too far down, you looking up this girl's skirt. You see a thong she's wearing. Now my thing is this. Look, at what point does this increase your gaming experience? Is it needed? It's not needed at all. No, it's not. But I think that it just shows that the weirdoism. See, they throw a lot of this fanboyism at us, but there's some weirdoism going on that in this culture of gaming, there's a lot of sexual assault going on. But we see it in the reflection of the video games they make. It's their reflection are in their video games. And a lot of times
It is.
they depict it on women more than they do men. Women are just objects. And because these dudes be suckers, they lames, they can't approach women with respect, talk to them with some dignity. So they live their inexperience in real time through a video game experience from their controller or through their eyes or through VR. And that's the world they live in. Well, let me tell you something. Just because you live in a fantasy world doesn't mean that we have to like it. And when we express that we don't like it because we're in our real world and we play video games for the story aspect, for the gameplay aspect, for the graphical aspect, for the smoothness aspect. See, many people play video games for all kind of aspects. But when you make something that doesn't have anything to do with the true experience of gaming, we have to question that. And when we question it as gamers, as the ones who put our hard-earned money into this industry, how you gonna get mad at that? The industry is actually mad at people who bought the damn game. First of all, Sony already made money off of the damn game because they had to buy it to get mad. They bought it, they played it, they expressed their opinion, and now Metacritic, you knocking it down. So Metacritic,
and they won't let you return it. They won't let you return it.
And
every place shutting it down, you can't return it.
That's facts. And I'm here to tell you why that's happening, people. Here's why that's happening. The new legals is about to let you know why that's happening, baby. Here's why it's happening. Because in one more month, you can say goodbye to all your narratives. You can say goodbye to all the dumb stuff that you talked about. I'm talking about you, industry. I don't even care about the haters of Xbox, but you, old industry, the industry of the old guard, is about to go bye-bye. Because now, when Xbox comes out and they smack all narratives away, guess who's going to be the last man standing? The Xbox community. Guess who has a chance to push gaming forward? The Xbox community. You know why? Because we're going to be the only ones truly experiencing next-gen gaming. Nobody else in console gaming will be able to talk our talk. Nobody. And if you got a PC, that don't automatically validate you to talk what we talk. You better have the PC that's capable of doing what our console is doing for you to sit at our table. Because we moving next generational gaming forward. All this stuff is coming into full circle now. And we got something stirring in the pot. And we got something to be excited about, General. We got something to be excited about, man. Cyberpunk.
Yep.
Halo Infinite. Hellblade 2. Forza Motorsport 8.
Fable. The return of Fable.
Might be a
Perfect Dark.
That's right. Might be a Perfect Dark. We don't know what's happening, man. All we know is games are here. And they right around the corner. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, buckle up. Because I'm telling you, man, by next month, y'all, it's going to be 2 4th of Julys in July, baby. Fireworks are going to be popping twice in July, baby. You can mark my words. And that's why everything has crumbled, because the industry now first was shook with the Xbox One X. Like I said, the industry got shook. They automatically started comparing the One X to PCs. But boy, lo and behold, when lo and behold, when that Series X came out, and they found out just off the rawness of that console, the rawness. We're not even talking about the feature powers. We're not even talking about the cloud compute power. We're not even talking about the Azure power for it. We're just talking about the raw power. The raw power of the Series X. There's only 2 graphic cards more powerful than it. Two. They don't know what to do, people. They don't know what to say, people. And people who have left the industry, people who now see that all their games have ran out, are now calling wolf on them. Are all crying wolf on them. But they don't have no tickets to sell no more. They have no tickets to sell no more, General. So now that the wolf tickets are gone, because many have tried and have lied, but now there's no more liars. The truths are coming out about people in these gaming industries. Truths are coming out. And when you got people who don't hold principle, when you got people who are liars, when you got people who are fakers, well, when you got weirdos, thieves. Sony just got sued this year. They got sued this year for refusing to pay to refund their own customers. You're talking about a ring circle of just conniving crap, man. Trifling, bad practices within companies. So they'll say stuff like, oh, Sony don't give us money. They don't have to give you money. All you have to do is play the industry game by saying, oh, 10 out of 10. They know that causes controversy. They know that brings the traffic in. Well, pays the bills, which gives you a paycheck. It's simple Simon stuff. You can't fool people who in this gaming streets who study. Can't fool people like me. Can't fool people like the General.
And you know what? Let me say this right now. I'm going to give an early review for something, and you're going to be like, damn, they was right. When Iron Man VR comes out July 3rd, you're going to hear all this. Finally, the game that VR was made for, Sony has another hit. Oh my gosh, the VR headset comes to life. That game, Iron Man VR, is going to get a 9.5 or a 10 out of 10. I promise you, bro. Promise you. Just so we can prove our point. Iron Man VR, it comes out July 3rd, right? It's going to get a 9.5 or a 10 out of 10. Watch, especially on IGN. This is our point that we're proving.
Yeah, you're going to see it.
Yep.
You're going to see it. Watch. Just watch. The industry right now is shook bad. Truth is out. And there's nothing else they can say to us. Everything that we've been saying in the past has come to light. Now there's no more narrative on that. No one's lying. No one's hating. It is what it is. And that's that. Case closed. We got people out here that have been accused. We got people out here that have testified the truth. And there's no more hiding. There's no more hiding, General. So now we're moving forward, right? Now we've got confirmation by Phil Spencer. Now the PlayStation 5 is out. Look how fast it died. Look how fast that died. Look how fast all that hype gone. Because it let their community down. You can't brag about what that PlayStation 5 is doing because it's not doing anything. It can't even do what the Xbox Series X, I mean, not the Xbox Series X, the Xbox One X is doing yet. It hasn't even proven that yet. Hasn't even proven that yet. We've been in a good place. So the PlayStation 5 is not really anything to brag about yet until it shows us something. It ain't showed nobody anything. So therefore, there's nothing to talk about. Now, The Last of Us 2 came out. It was something to talk about. Great controversy. And now it's fizzling out. Guess what? Guess what's right around the corner now? That damn Xbox Series X game revelations. Right around the corner, baby. And guess what? That's where all the hype is at. Because you know why? I'm here to tell y'all right now. Because when that day comes next month, when that event showcases, that's going to be the end moment for the gaming industry. And it's probably a good thing that Mixer is ending because of all this crap that's going on. All this crap that's going on, Microsoft needs to get away from that. They need to find out the people that are bad apples, get them out of there. Get them out of there. Get them out of there because nobody deserves to be treated any kind of way outside of their integrity as a human being. Nobody, no male, no female. Bottom line. We, as the gamers, have to stand on the true doctrine of gaming. Don't let none of these idiots, none of these blind sheep, or none of these followers convince you that you're anything other than a gamer. Speak the gamer logic.
Bah.
Speak the gamer language. Stay true to yourself. It's okay to be an Xbox fan. Stay true to yourself, man.
Yep.
It's okay to know what
Be
you're
a proud
talking about.
Xbox fan.
Be proud about it. And understand the true doctrines of gaming. Don't let this corrupt industry shade you into thinking and talking like they do, because that's all Decepticon stuff. All Decepticon stuff. All the stuff that they talk about was never really the origins and the truthfulness of the gaming industry to begin with. That's why it was much needed for Phil Spencer to come out and talk the way he talked. It was much needed for Xbox to come out in May and demonstrate the third party support. That's why they did that. So they can get to where they're at now to knock all the narratives.
And Xbox fans, I want you to think about something, right? Stick this feather in your hat. You saw crumbs left over for May 7th. Not to downplay those games, but they were literally leftover games that weren't going to make the July show. So they decided to give them their own event. Can you only imagine what's coming in July?
That's right.
They're not playing around, man. That little cute thing they keep on saying, Xbox got no games or Xbox got no games. They're going to see a lot of games, real games, not cartoon games, right? Not a bunch of cel-shade animation. You're going to see some real next-gen power, yo. You're going to see some new technology, some new tech. You're going to see games do things that we never saw before. You know what I mean? Microsoft is not playing, and they will get their respect in July. They will get their respect.
Look, game over,
they just dropped a Halo. They just dropped a Halo Infinite teaser trailer. They said within an hour, millions, not 1 million. We talking millions, plural, has watched it and comment on it.
Right. I think it was 4.2 million last time I looked at it. 4.2 million. The hype is real, people. And the hype is real.
And you putting Spider-Man Morales against that? Stop
that's
it.
Pathetic, man.
Stop playing with us. We are a smart gaming community. We are not dumb. You trying to convince us that a 5 to 10 short AAA game is going to be better than Halo Infinite? A full quadruple A game, new engine, new graphics, online, new campaigns? Bruh, stop.
Now, you want to know what's funny?
Stop.
You want to know what's funny to me that you said that, fam?
What's up?
Give me 1 second to elaborate on that.
Okay.
Let me let that breathe for a minute.
Breathe.
You want to know what's funny with that?
1 footer, 2
Here's what's
footer.
funny.
Yeah,
My man General said something. Now watch this. Now watch this. Do you see any of them? Any of them? I'm talking about any of them. You bring the names up here. Put the names in the comment section. You seen any of them talk about Halo Infinite? Have you seen any of them talk about Halo Infinite? And Halo Infinite is the game to be talking about. Think about that, people.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about. Halo Infinite, and the new legal's been saying it, is going to be the biggest game of this year, regardless whenever it drops. It's going to be the biggest game of this year. But do you see any so-called Xbox fans talking about it? I want y'all to think about that. When was the last show you even seen them talk about it? It's as if the Halo Infinite game doesn't even exist. Think about it.
Oh, it's going to exist.
You tell me who. Give me names. Who talked about Halo Infinite in the past month? Who's talked about it? I mean, who's made Halo Infinite a big deal? Think about it. Just think about it. We supposed to have all these Xbox fans out here with all these YouTube channels. But where's the Xbox talk at? Think about it, people.
Oh, the Xbox talk is very simple. They're furious that Mixer is gone and that Microsoft should have did a better job on the platform and all this other stuff that they going through.
Microsoft wasted
their
money.
Emotions right now.
Microsoft
wasted money, and Microsoft can't get it right. This comes from Xbox channels, people. Xbox YouTube channels. Xbox podcasts.
Oh man. Hey, you wanna know what their excuses is? You wanna know what they're saying?
They're not talking about Halo Infinite. They're not talking about Phil Spencer's interview.
No.
This is what we're trying to point out to you. The BS that goes on.
You wanna know what their excuse is for that, y'all? Oh, we just like to be optimistic. We don't want to be all pro this and all pro that about Xbox because that'll make us look like we're fanboys.
What?
See, there's
watch my mouth that was soap. Watch my mouth that was soap. What I was going to say.
Right. Here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing. I'm not industry material. I'm not industry made.
Nope.
I'm not here. I don't get favors from people who make articles in this community. I don't get favors from people who make YouTube channels in this community. I don't. You know what though? But you want to know what I do get from this community, General? I get video games. I get video games. There's people that send me video games, man, and say, "Hey, Legal, there you go."
The Godfather.
You want to know what else I get?
The Godfather.
Right. You know what else I get? I get people like Devin and Dante and Bubbles Knight and all these people on Mixer with the follows. As soon as I turned it on, I got all these follows, man. And you know what? It really, that's what I get. I go on Twitter and the follow me for follow, Mr. Follow for Follow movement is live, man. And the Xbox community is growing, and I'm growing with them. And man, that's fun to me. That's right, Devin. That's fun to me to just sit there and let them know, hey, I'm here with you. And anytime that I shine, I try to give back in a certain way. Like I went over 700 subscribers on the YouTube channel. That may not be a big deal to many, but to us that's a big deal because we was told we ain't supposed to be here. We was told ain't nobody gonna support us. And me and General said, you know what? We gonna do what we want to do. And guess what? Yeah. There's plenty of people out there who feel the same way as we do. And we're going to say, we're going to keep doing what we do for all of us. And that's how we're going to get down. That's how we're going to get down.
Yeah. Just like I told the dude, I told him, he has an Xbox channel. I ain't going to say his name out of respect. Yo, don't no Xbox gamer want to listen to your show and you sound like some CNN broadcast. That's whack, man. That's whack. People want to hear real gaming discussion, man. People want to hear excitement, man. People want to, enjoy themselves when they come into the mansion. People want real gaming discussion. We don't want to hear the drama. And what we don't want to hear as Xbox fans, we don't want to hear an hour of you tearing down what's wrong with Xbox.
It's too easy to do that.
We don't want to hear it. It's too easy to do that. Why don't you point out the good things that Xbox do or the great things that's coming for Xbox? We don't need you to take a whole hour and a half to talk about the demise of Mixer, like the sky is falling. Man, come on, man. Cut it out, man. All the good stuff that's coming out. Yeah, man, that's the point we're just trying to make is that there's a lot of wolves in sheep clothing. There's a lot of them. And you go to their channels and you're subscribed to them. And we're only pointing this out because the narrative, people, the narrative is real.
It's real.
You watch July. It's going to be a lot of dudes chewing on cinnamon, yo. A lot of stone faces, yo. A lot
chewing
of people
that
talk chewing on cinnamon, man. A lot of screw faces, yo. For real. Because nobody, feeling them is not playing, man. Feeling them is not playing. And they're not going to play it safe, yo. And I've been said that about the Sony conference. I don't care what you say. They played it safe. Ratchet and Clank, Horizon Forbidden West, and then Spider-Man Morales. They played it safe, man. A bunch of time exclusives, right? Time exclusives and third party, and they show like 16 animation or friendly fluff games. Okay. And everybody jumped out their underwear on that show. What? You watch July. You watch how Microsoft is back. Watch. I promise you, man. The industry's already talking about it. The industry inside is already talking about it. It's already bubbling. And the bad thing is, you got nothing to go against Halo Infinite.
Nothing.
You got absolutely nothing to go against Halo Infinite. And
the
then there's
impact of
Hellblade
Halo
2.
Infinite is worth 100 games
Alone.
in the industry. 100 games in the industry. Alone. One
and
game.
Think about
One game
this.
can take
On
over the whole
launch
year.
day,
One game.
Yep. On launch day, that game is played on Steam,
Yep.
Series X, the new people that upgraded, Xbox One X, and Xbox One. And if they got the cloud running by then, if they got the xCloud running by then, now it's on laptops, now it's on phones, you know,
everywhere.
blah, this and that.
Everywhere. Reaching all kind of gamers.
People.
Yep.
Here's the truth,
ready?
people.
Tell them. Talk to
Y'all
them.
laughed at Microsoft.
Talk to them.
When they said, we want to play games anywhere, anytime. I remember all these Xbox podcasts. I remember a bunch of PlayStation dudes who used to be Xbox podcasts. Oh, they're crazy.
Speak on it.
Nobody wants to play games like that. I remember when they came out with the idea of Game Pass. Oh, that's a bad idea. I buy my games. And look at it now. Over 10 million. Phil said it. Game Pass is over 10 million subscribers. So let me tell you something. If I'm getting money monthly from DLC and content and Game Pass, right? What I need to charge you an arm and a leg for my new console? I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta understand, things are changing. Things are changing, and the way that things used to be, they're not. They're not. And that's just confusion for the industry. Because you know why? Microsoft is a hustler. And what's the number one rule to a hustler, New Legal? I know you know.
You never limit your game to one hustle.
Right, but you never let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. You never let your right hand what your left hand is doing.
That's it.
And that's where Microsoft is at right now.
That's right.
That's where Microsoft is at right now. The fact is, you saw the PS5. Okay, cool. It's huge because of the cooling system. Da-di-da-di-da. Right. They still won't talk about price. You know why they won't talk about price? Because they're waiting for Microsoft to drop their price. You understand? On top of that, they still don't. They still
and
they
still gonna get beat by that. That's right.
Yep.
I'm here to tell you right now, they're gonna get beat on that. So it ain't gonna matter how long they wait
to get their launch lineup together, right? But you riddle me this: you have a Game Pass service where all the games that they're gonna put out on launch day, or even in that launch window, is gonna be part of that service. How do you beat that if you're in a competition? How? You can sell 15 million Spider-Man Moraleses. You still won't even match the money that Halo's gonna bank on.
Nope.
That's one title.
It's not even gonna
and
be
the reason why we're bringing this up, is because you got to start understanding that Microsoft is a giant. They are a giant. And the fact is, this is a scary thing. And let me bring y'all in real strong. They took a whole generation to fix their first party. That's 7 years.
Talk to them.
A whole generation to fix their first party. You about to see some ish, July. You about to see some ish at launch, and Xbox fans, damn it, they will be excited once again. And in the words of my man Biz Markie from the song The Vapors,
catching the vapors,
damn
baby.
It feel good to see people
up on it. Yes, sir. We're going to end it with that one, fam. Because we're giving you no reasons. But this is the season for catching the vapors. Yo, we're catching the vapors, fam. I like that one. We're going to end it with that.
All of them.
Guarantee all you haters and all you fakes and frauds are catching them vapors come next month.
Ryan McCaffrey.
All of y'all. Line them up.
Channels. All of them.
Line them up.
They're going to catch the vapors. They're going to catch the vapors.
Watch how quick.
I'm telling you.
Watch how quick the name Xbox will be in their tongues after next month. Watch how they just switch it over. And then that's when we're going to have our fun. I hope you give me my word. Because my throne is being made, baby. All 24 carats. All 24 carats of it. I want you to switch up. Switch up, please, for the sake of the Xbox community. Give us what we want. Make our day. Come out talking about how great Xbox is. We want you to. Oh, we want you to. Because when you do that.
Illegal. Yeah, and illegal. One more thing.
What's
the
up?
Same freckle-faced punk that said to Phil Spencer, the PS4 is a beast.
Oh, yeah.
He said he said that to Phil Spencer. The PS4 is a beast.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to show you what a beast is.
Oh,
we're going to show you what a real giant is.
Archie.
12 teraflops.
Archie looking clown. Right.
12 teraflops. Smart delivery. Zen 2 custom NVMe chip.
Big Tom. We
Yo,
hope you change that narrative for Xbox in 1 more month. Can't wait to see y'all have Xbox on in your mouth.
It's gonna be
I'm
everywhere.
clowning.
Everywhere.
Xbox community gonna clown. Gonna clown.
And we have all right to. We have
you
all
damn
right
right we do.
have all right to. And I'm telling you, whether it's July 17th, 16th, or they come earlier, every Xbox fan, we need to take over the internet. We need to take over YouTube, because that's our battle cry.
That's it.
Because they're going to show us what the goods are.
Don't stop talking about Xbox, man. You make them mad when you speak on Xbox. You don't even have to say nothing. All you have to do is just show news. You don't have to speak on Xbox, man. Just show what it's about. That makes them mad.
We coming.
Yep.
They got one more banger. They got one more. They got one more.
That's the best they can do.
Rifle, yo.
That's the best they can do.
They got one more shot in their rifle, and that's Ghost of Tsushima. They got
one
more shot. You better enjoy it. We coming.
Enjoy playing a samurai game where you chase foxes, call the wind direction.
That's your last shot.
Have Simple Simon battle mechanics. I mean, really, people.
That's your last shot. That's your last shot.
It's all good. You know what?
And you know what's sad? You know what's sad? You gotta wait till 2021. You gotta wait till 2021 and 2022 to reload.
Now who said that?
Microsoft is busting off chambers. Microsoft is busting off chambers. Oh, new legal. You said that. You said that before that conference.
What did I say?
Oh my, like a year ago.
What did I say about 2-3 years ago? When what the next PlayStation console, when it's gonna impact?
It's a 2021. Man, you said a 2021, 22
I got laughed
system.
at.
You said that.
I sure did. I got laughed at.
You got
Who's laughing out? Who's laughing out? Who's laughing out? You got no game for 2020. Who's laughing out? Who's laughing out? Because I told y'all they had to go through that 3-year financial crisis program before a new console could come out. And I think them clowns were listening to me. And they just didn't want that to be so true. So they made me wrong. I was wrong about the PlayStation 5 coming out this year. Well, whoop-de-doo. They gonna push it out anyway, but what they give you? Nothing. Nathan.
Yep.
They give you Sato. Sato. That's what they give you. They just wanted to say, oh, we put it out there for all the haters out there. We fooled them. We put that console on out in 2020. But you gave your fans nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Your true console power and your true console showcase ain't till 2021. 2022, just like I said. And you know what?
Yep.
You keep them on crutches. You keep them in the wheelchair waiting for you. You keep them with bandages and on the stretchers. Because you know why? You lied to your family. You rob from your family.
And now
you steal from your family.
And now it's the takeover. And now it's the takeover. Because if you think that the Series X is not launching with some heat, woo!
Exactly.
You drinking real serious liquor, man. Yo, July is gonna be the reckoning. It's a new generation. It's Phil at all guns blazing, running on all 8 cylinders. He is gonna show what this box
12
can do.
cylinders. It's 12 cylinders on this
Xbox. 12 cylinders, right?
Right.
12
the
cylinders.
engine in the front of the car.
Xbox access, so that you can, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Hey, most people with this going on, you know what I mean? Hey, they might be out of work. They might be on furlough. Phil knows there's so many situations going on.
That's
but
right.
25 a month, you can
That's
afford that. You know what I'm saying? Even through your unemployment, you can afford that, right? As far as I'm saying, there are people that with families and there are people that are single like me. So I'm talking more to the single people. You know what I'm saying?
Holla
But I
back.
guarantee you this. When you see what that Series X can do, you'll never look back, bro. You'll never look back. They are not playing around, man. I think that sometimes Xbox gamers, they think it's a game. They are not playing around, man. They want to innovate and push this industry forward. And they want their games to be top-notch. That's what they want. They want their games to be top-notch. Bruh.
Can you smell what the X is cooking? And that's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. To all my Xbox comrades out there, to all those that stand strong, all my true Xbox fans out there, yo, we hear you clear, and we hear you all loud and clear. Guess what, General? We packing up, baby. We about to get in the spaceship.
Yes, sir.
And we about to go zone out. We're going to go in the hood today, man. We're going to zone out. But in the meantime, we just want everybody out there to know before we get in this spaceship. I'm running on diesel today, man, so we can keep it running, keep the AC on.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. Di-RREC Gaming appreciates you. To all my Xbox fans out there, to all the real gamers out there, we salute you. Just know, Takeover starts next month. You got everything to be excited about. General, appreciate you as always, standing toe-to-toe with me. General Johnson in the building. Yo.
Yes, sir.
Mixer team, Twitter team, especially shout out to the Twitter teams. Yo, everybody on Twitter, man, that has something to do with the legal, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, man, I got you, man. We here. We riding. We ain't stopping, man. And because of you guys, man, making me laugh every day, cutting up with me, man, y'all keep me going, man. I just want to say a special thanks to everybody I know out there in the Twitter community. Shout out to the Twitter community, man. Instagram, Facebook, DX Mansion. Y'all know who y'all are. And all my other comrades out there with their videos and YouTubes. Yo, I want to say shout out to Second Man 101, man, for the shout out for that video. Hey, yo, legal action, affirmative action is taking place, man. Along with you, we stand toe-to-toe in these streets, man. To the General, got a shout out there. We want to say today on this show that we appreciate you too.
Man. Shout out to T Reaper.
Shout out to the mighty T Reaper out here, man. One of the smartest guys I know when it comes to Microsoft, man, and the Xbox brand. Yo, one of the originators out of the Windows PC community. One of the originators who's been there from the very, very start. And this guy is so intelligent, man. We appreciate it anytime we hear from him. To all my fellow comrades out there, man, who just kick it with me, who just gives me calls, man. Y'all know who y'all are, man. I really do appreciate all you guys. And listen, we're going to pack it up. We bagging it up, and we getting ready to get out of here. So until next time, guys, it's been the New Legal, my man General Johnson, and this is Di-RREC Gaming. In the meantime, you guys keep it 100, trill, real, and most importantly, gaming. Until next time, guys, be seeing you soon. We out of here.
Xbox, you rock and you don't stop.